Hello guys, welcome to Chrome Mix, where we teach you how to mix your records in simple and easy ways and get them to a point where they sound good and radio ready. So today I'm working on the song. Basically, I'm going to be showing you how to mix a lead vocal in a song. This is a song. The song I'm working on is a song by an artist, Ready Seth, and it's titled UNDONE, and the artist is actually me. So what we're making use of today, it's the DAW we're using, digital workstation, is Reaper. Whatever you see I do here, it's applicable across all DAWs. Actually, I'm an audio engineer who was trained on Pro Tools and Logic. And I started off my engineering career on Cakewalk and Cubase. But last year I decided to try Reaper, and I fell in love with it. And I love Reaper because it's the kind of DAW that you can customize it to do whatever you want it to do. It's more like an open source DAW. Let me put it that way. So this is what we're going to be working with. And let me play the song from the pre-chorus, ending of the pre-chorus to the chorus, unmixed without any effects, so that you can hear what we have here.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength, for I am weak. I need your peace, my soul to keep. I need your sight, for I have none. Holy Spirit.
All right, as you can hear, the song is recorded. It's recorded well. It's not sounding bad from the onset. I tell people most of the time, when your mixing starts from your recording. Crappy input, crappy output. If your recording is bad, salvaging your mix will be virtually impossible. So the recording is not bad, even though I didn't record it in a treated room and all that, but it wasn't bad. I'll go ahead and show you the vocal chain I used for the recording. So this is it. This is the mic I used, Universal Audio SD1. It's a dynamic microphone, more like an emulation of the world famous Shure 7B, but the version of Universal Audio. It's not bad. If you don't have a treated room or treated environment, I advise most upcoming engineers or producers to use dynamic microphones. They're not expensive, and they give you what you want. So the microphone went into my audio interface, Antelope Audio Zengo. From Antelope Audio Zengo, it went into my virtual vocal chain. It went into the Bay 1073 preamp. From there, it went into the Bay 1084 EQ. I did a boost on the high, I did a boost on the low, and I did a cut in the mid, somewhere around 1K. And from there, it went into the world famous 1176 by Universal Audio to tame the peaks of the vocal. And there, it went into LA2A, tube compressor, world famous by Universal Audio. Basically, this is my vocal chain. So when I'm mixing, the first thing I do in a mix, I first of all treat the most important instrument in the music. The most important instrument in the music is the lead vocal. Every other thing is built around the lead vocal. So I treat that first before any other thing. If I'm working with an instrumental that was produced by a producer who has already mixed his instruments to a point where he doesn't want any drastic changes, when I'm mixing the lead, I mix it in the context of the instrumental. Or if I'm using a 2-track stereo instrumental, I mix it in that context so that, I won't be doing something thinking it's sounding good, and when I put it back on the instrumental, it's sounding, it's all over the place. So that's what I do. So I'm not really mixing per se. I'm just bypassing the effects I used and doing a before and after so that you can hear. This concept of mixing like the most important instrument before any other thing, the lead vocal, is something I learned from my mentor, Leslie Brathwaite, a world famous mix engineer who is on top of his game, one of the best, if not the best in the world, in my opinion. He's been mixing for ages, from the early 90s, mixed for Michael Jackson. Almost everyone that is known in the industry he's worked with. So I've learned a lot from him. So what I start with when I'm mixing, I do away with whatever I don't want in a recorded instrument. In this case, in this vocal, I do away with whatever I don't want. So in this case, I started off with an EQ. I did a roll-off of about 160 hertz and did some dynamic dips across, of some certain frequencies that I'm not, liking. So I'll do the before and after. This is the before.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength, for I am weak. I need.
This is the after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength, for I am weak. I need your peace.
So as we go, most of the effects, the difference is kind of subtle. It's not something that is very obvious, but I can assure you they are working. As you mature and grow as an engineer, you'd know that you can't just use one effect to achieve all that you want. It's just subtle changes with multiple effects, that makes the difference. Less is more. It's not, you don't over-exaggerate, even though there are times that you do so, which I did on this, but when we get there, I would show you. So after that, I made use of the DSEQ 3. It's more like a smart, EQ. It automatically looks for the frequencies that are poking. They're jumping, the hash frequencies, and it tames them. It's similar to the Sooth, world famous Sooth 2. They do virtually the same thing. So this is the before.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength, for I am weak.
And this is the after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength, for I am weak.
All right, I've done away with most of the things I don't want in the recording. So I start off with a compressor. Here on the compressor, the attack is medium. The release is a bit fast, not that fast. And I have a ratio of about 3.76. I know a lot of people say they don't use presets. They feel using presets is kind of demeaning as professionals, but I personally use presets. I start off with presets. When I get a preset that is close to what I want, then I tweak it to taste. That's what I do. So I think this preset was a preset I got, but I eventually saved it as mine after tweaking it. So this is what we have before. I think the compressor, let me go around the bridge of the song. It sounds better what it's doing. It's not really taming the peaks. It's bringing up the quiet parts of the vocal. That's what it's doing here. So this is the before around the bridge.
Holy Spirit, I'm undone. Breathe on me, let your glory abide. Let it flow, make me brand new inside.
All right, this is the after.
Holy Spirit, I'm undone. Breathe on me, let your glory abide. Let it flow, make me brand new inside.
So if you hear like this part of the song, Spirit, that red without the compressor is kind of quiet somehow, but when you put the compressor, it's more kind of loud. It's louder actually, that part of the song. If you listen to it as a whole carefully, you would understand what the compressor is doing. Before again,
Holy Spirit, I'm undone. Breathe on me, let your glory abide.
and after.
Holy Spirit, I'm undone. Breathe on me, let your glory abide.
All right, I think it's more obvious around let your before.
Let your glory,
Hear it now.
let your glory abide.
Yeah, and
Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit,
okay, Holy Spirit, you know that part
Holy Spirit,
after.
Holy Spirit.
Yeah, so it's not taming the peaks, it's bringing up the quiet parts. It's very subtle. It's not something that is very obvious. So unless your ears are really trained, you won't be able to really figure out the difference. You could feel it, but sensing it is not going to be easy. Just like what I said earlier on, less is more. So the next plugin we have here is a vintage emulation of an emulation of a vintage console by Universal Audio 610. What I did here was to use a preset, Air and Grit. So I tweaked it to my taste again. The level is being driven so that, basically what I wanted it to do is to add some saturation. There's a way saturation works. It makes your sound pop out. That's when you don't overdo it, just a little bit of it. So I drove the sound and I boosted around 10K, 1.5 dB of 10K, and did an attenuation of 70 Hertz, 1.5 dB of 70 Hertz. This is the before.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, no. I need your strength.
This is the after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, no. I need your strength, for I am.
I'm sure you can hear the grit that was added by the 610. The next thing I did was to add the Pultec EQ. I did a boost around 8K, a boost of about 3 dB, and I did a slight attenuation of about 1 dB. There's a way this Pultec EQ works. You can boost and attenuate at the same time, but I'm going to show you exactly what it does later on. So this is the before.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, no. I need your strength.
This is the after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, no.
All right. So the next thing I used was the soften by Sonox. It does a similar job. It does a similar job to the DS EQ3, but it's a simpler kind of plugin. I prefer using it on buses. I sometimes use it on the mix bus of the whole song, and I use it just like it's written here: guitar, vocals, mix bus. I use it on vocals and guitars, and after doing away with some things, with the compression and the EQ again, some frequencies that are unwanted will still show up. So I decided to use this. This is the before.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength, for I am weak.
And this is the after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your.
So the difference is subtle, but you can see it's working. It's doing stuff. The next plugin is the plugin I went crazy on. Just like I told you, less is more, but there are times that you need to do certain things. Because I've already done away with lots of the things that I don't want, boosting it now wouldn't be an issue. Because if you don't take out what you want and you're boosting certain things, you're only adding to your problems. So I added, air. This is a plugin by the way, this is a plugin by Slate Digital, Fresh Air. It's free. It's a very good plugin. So I added air in the mid frequencies and in the high frequencies. This is the before.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength.
And this is the after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength, for I am weak.
On this, the difference is very, very clear. You could hear it. So after that, I went for a de-esser by Fab Filter. Normally, when I'm using the de-esser by Fab Filter, I like the default setting, especially when I'm using it to take out the sibilants in a vocal, harsh frequencies on the sibilants and the high mids. I use the default. I only adjust the threshold. I think the default is good enough. So especially on a male vocal. So this is the before.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength, for I am weak.
And this is after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength, for I am weak.
I'm sure you can hear the difference. Let me look for where there is S.
You, this cannot.
Okay, here before
This cannot.
and after.
This cannot be.
You could hear it's bringing it down. It's very obvious.
With you, this cannot be the end. No.
All right, and after that, I went for the Rec 4 EQ. Even though I have done away with a lot of things, adding these effects and all that will bring up certain parts that I did away with earlier. So I did a roll off again of about 125 hertz, and I did a dip around 1.7K. Certain things you don't really have reasons why you do them. You just do them and it feels good. and you just go. You just go ahead, And I did a boost around 13K. I said I was going to show you something that the Pultec EQ does. So when I boost this 13K here, when I boost it and I increase the Q, why is this frozen? Okay, is this the highest? Okay, I think it's the highest. When I do the Q, you would see there's a dip here. So when you're using the Pultec EQ, the boost here is the one here, and the attenuation is the one here. So there's a way it works. When you boost and attenuate at the same time, it gives you that brightness without, making it sound harsh. Basically, that's what it does. So this is the graphic representation of what the Pultec EQ does. All right. Back to where we were. All right. And finally, okay, I didn't do a before and after. Let me do a before.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength, for I am weak.
And this is the after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength.
All right. And finally, what we have here is the RVox, world famous RVox. RVox is a pretty. The plugin is a unique one. It's like it does whatever it is that you weren't able to do in the mix to make the sound or the instrument, the vocal pop out. This RVox, when you put it at the end, it just completes whatever that wasn't done. So this is the before. I wasn't doing much with it. Just slight attenuation, compression with it. That was what I was doing. So this is the before.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength.
And this is the after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No,
I did reduce the volume
I
here.
need your strength, for I am weak.
All right, so I'm gonna switch off all the plugins and put them back on so that you can hear the difference. If I were mixing the vocal alone without instruments, probably a lot of people would be like, what you're doing, certain things you're doing is not all right. But there are things that you have to do when you're mixing in the context of the instrumental. If not, it won't really sit well in the instrumental. So this is the before all the effects.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength, for I am weak.
And this is the after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength, for I am.
All right. The difference is clear now. So we'll go and I'll show you the effects I used. The first effects I used was the PCOM, parallel compression, on the vocal. I send it to a bus. Normally when I'm sending a vocal to a parallel compression, I send the whole sound. I don't reduce, I put it on 0. Because the more signal you have, the more compression you would have. The only place I reduce the volume so that it won't be too loud is on the channel of the PCOM, the parallel compression. So I sent it into an 1176. If you know how 1176 works, the lower the number, the faster it is. So let's say 7 now here is the fastest attack, and the slowest here is 1. So here we have a slow attack and we have a fast release actually. for the parallel compression. I want it to be, pumping. I didn't want it to be consistent. It's not the typical pop song that I would want a consistent compression on it for the parallel compression. So that's what I did. This is the before.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need.
Okay, this is the after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength. With you,
all right, this is the before again.
With you, this cannot be the end.
And this is the after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength.
You can see the reduction here. It's really compressing. But on the channel here, okay, actually I didn't really reduce the volume here. I did it on the compressor. I drove the input, but I reduced the output here so that it won't be too loud. The difference will not be too much. So that the signal going into the parallel compression will just be like, an addition. It won't be the main thing, if you understand what I'm saying. So the next thing I did was to add another parallel saturation. I did the saturation earlier, but I love saturation, so I do it. Even though if you don't know how to use saturation, you can, mess up your mix. This is what I did. I used 2 saturation plugins. I used the black box analog designed by Plugins Alliance, and also the little radiator by Soundtoy. I used a preset here by the name Bit of Grit, and I switched off the noise. If it's on, there'll be noise, so I switch it off. And and this is without it.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need.
All right, this is with the saturation.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength.
All right, subtle. Then the next thing next effects that I send the vocal to, it's a doubler by Waves. I just wanted to widen the vocal a bit, give it some body. So this is what I used. I normally use the default preset, but I tweak it to taste. Then I added an EQ afterwards because it increases the brightness. So I had to do a low shelf, a minus on the high shelf, so that the brightness would not be too obvious. And I did some boost on the low mid and some parts of the high mid. So this is the before.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength.
And this is the after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need.
All right, let me solo. Before, let me mute the.
With you, this cannot be the end. No.
And this is the after.
With you, this cannot be the end.
All right. The next thing I did was to put a slap delay. There's a way the slap delay creates room for your sound so that it will sit well in the mix. And I used the preset on Comeback Kid. The name of the preset is Rich Vocal Slap. I would solo it so that you can hear the difference, and I will exaggerate the slap delay too. This is before. Oh, come on. This is
With
before.
you, this cannot be the end. No, I need.
And this is after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need.
All right. I'm sure you can hear the difference. Let me put it in context of the song. Without.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength.
And this is with.
With you, this cannot be the end.
So with the music is not really obvious, but let me boost it with the music so that you can hear.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength.
All right. So that's what it's doing. Basically. So after the slap delay, I went for a delay. I have a chain for the delay. This is before 1/4 delay. This is before.
No, I need your strength, for I am weak.
All right, this is after.
No, I need your strength, for I am weak. I need.
All right, so the effects I have here is the sphere delay. I don't even know what company makes this, but I kind of love the delay. I bought it when there was a promo sale on Plugin Boutique. And the next plugin is by Reaper. I used the first one to cut the high frequencies, the second one to cut the low frequencies, to give it that phone effect. And I used this pseudo stereo plugin. There's something the pseudo stereo plugin does. It gives it a Haas effect. When an ice cream car is passing you, when it comes right in front of you, it will be on a certain key, but the further it goes away, the key changes. That's what Haas effect basically is. I'll do a video to explain better, but that's what Haas effect do. So when you play the delay, it starts on a certain key, but it shifts a bit the more it goes on. Basically, I hope you understand what I'm saying. That's what it has. There's something it does to your delay, and that's why I used it there. And I'll play it with the delay. Without the delay, I'll solo the vocal without the delay and with the delay, so that you can hear. Without.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength. With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need.
All right. So what I did, I automated the delay. On the lead vocal, I did an automation on the delay. If you notice here, in the verses and the pre-choruses, the delay was not much. It's only on the choruses, the bridge and the last chorus, basically. So when you hear it here,
Intercessor,
it's not as much as the way it is here.
your peace, my soul to keep.
Overall, actually, the delay wasn't this much. Oh, so. I think I did away. There was a plugin on the delay that was reducing that. I used to reduce the entire signal as a whole. I took it out. I think so. So this is
your peace, my soul to keep. I need your sight, for I have none. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, I'm
so with the instrumental.
Your peace, my soul to keep. I need your sight, for I have none. Holy Spirit.
All right. So the next thing is I added a reverb, more like a room reverb. So when I'm putting reverb on my mixes, most of the times I start off with a reverb with a short decay, more like a room reverb, and it's still to help the lead vocal create space. Is to create space for the lead vocal within the music as a whole. So you're not really much. This is before. Let me solo.
Your peace, my soul to keep. I need your sight.
And this is after. Is very subtle.
Your peace, my soul to keep. I need your sight, for I have none.
And also, I forgot to say something. The delay, I sent the delay to the doubler because I wanted, the delay is actually a mono delay, it's not a stereo or ping pong delay. But I still wanted it to sound wide. So I sent the delay to the doubler, the wave doubler here, to make it sound wide. And I also send the delay to the medium reverb here.
Your peace, my soul.
Let me exaggerate the medium reverb so that you can hear.
Your peace, my soul to keep.
It's more like a room
I
reverb.
need your sight, for I have none. Holy Spirit.
Then I went for the ROM reverb. I love this reverb. It's free, I believe, up to now. ROM reverb by Native Instruments. I didn't really do much on the settings. I think I only adjusted the decay, and maybe did adjust the high cut and the low cut some more. So this is what. Oh, actually, they've been on. Okay, they've not. Okay, this is before.
Your peace, my soul to keep. I need your sight, for I have none. Holy Spirit.
This is the after.
Your peace, my soul to keep. I need your sight, for I have none.
You can hear it's somehow like an airy kind of effect, but let me exaggerate it so that you can hear exactly what it's doing.
Your peace, my soul to keep. I need your sight, for I have none. Holy Spirit.
Yeah, so now I exaggerated it. You could hear what it's doing. It's giving it that airy kind of sound. Okay, the last reverb I used was the True Verb by Waves. I used it. It's more like an effect. It's like a bed. It just completes everything in terms of reverb. It has a very long decay. And let me just play the before and after so that you can hear. This is the before.
I need your sight, for I have none. Holy Spirit.
This is the after.
I need your sight, for I have none, Holy Spirit.
You might not really hear the difference, but let me exaggerate it so that you can hear what exactly it's doing. This is...
I need your sight, for I have none, Holy Spirit.
So that's how the reverb sounds. Has a very, very long decay. I'm using it more like an effect. You can't really hear it. And this is how everything sounds, you know, with all the... Okay, finally what I did was what I usually do is to add a saturation on the boss channel, boss track of the reverb. The reverbs, I sent all the reverbs to a bus. I sent all the reverbs to a bus. So I added a saturation. This is before the saturation.
With you, this cannot be the end. No.
This is after.
With you, this cannot be the end. No. I need.
You can hear the difference.
With you, this
Before.
cannot be the end. No. I need yours.
Hear the difference?
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength.
All right. So I'll play it in the context of the instrumental.
With you, this cannot be the end. No, I need your strength, for I am weak. I need your peace, my soul to keep. I need your sight, for I have none. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, I'm undone.
Also, there's a reverb I did an automation. I did an automation on the reverb. I think it's the ROM, or yeah, I believe it's the ROM. Let's see. From the beginning, it wasn't much, but after the first verse, okay, yeah, this is it. So in the first verse, it wasn't really much, but I increased it over time.
Helper, teacher, promise of the Father.
Yeah, so as time goes, it increases over time. Basically, this is what I do. Even though every song has a different approach, but this is the approach I had for this song. If you want to listen to the song more, or you want to listen to it from the beginning to the end, the link to the song will be down in the bio. And also, please do well to subscribe to this channel. I'll be bringing out videos as much as I can to show you. And also, I'll be leaving an email. You could send me an email on what you would want me to address or to show you how I do when it comes to my songs. And I will do my best to make videos and show you. I'm here to add value to other producers, other engineers, and the rest. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe, share, and leave a comment. I'll do my best and I'll reply you. Thank you. And this is Chrome Mix. See you some other time. Bye.